Hello, welcome once again to Trigger Warning. Roll the intro, Graham, before anything else goes wrong.
It's time for Trigger Warning.
Trigger warning! Fuck your feelings, you little snowflake! TriggerWarning.tv.
There we go. Bit of a drama to start the show. Sound earlier, sound go away. I run round in a panic. Graham goes and has a sandwich. You're so chilled. You are so chilled. It's unreal. It's unreal. Welcome to Trigger Warning, and hello to everybody on liveleak.com and the guys in Troll Central, such as Smoke Steve, McDuff. We got Equix is in, that's cool. And a few others, we'll give them a shout out as we see them. We've got a wannabe edgelord in there as well, who's failing massively. And of course we got Happy Dog and many others. We've also going out live on YouTube, triggerwarning.tv/live, and of course Facebook. And we'll be checking in with all of you along during the show. Remember, you can get in touch during the show. We'd love to hear what you think. You can get in touch at live@triggerwarning.tv if you'd like to send an email to be read out by Cherry. If you'd like to Skype him, it's also live@triggerwarning.tv on Skype. Just hit us up. And when you call, if we don't pick up straight away, we will call you back. You can also tweet us at TriggerTV or use any of the communication services on the site of your choice, wherever you're watching this. I'm joined as ever by Captain Casual, Mr. Graham Booth.
Hey man, how's it going?
Oh, great. It's going super.
I know. we don't even know what went wrong then, do we? It's going good though. Few people aren't too impressed.
Can't imagine why.
Alan says hello. Lynn was not happy. Natalie reckons that it was that new Pippi MRA pickle at it again, just unplugging shit.
Could well be.
Lovely. But we are live everywhere now, so hello everyone.
Excellent.
Oh, yeah.
Let's got Howard Cherry with us. How you doing, fella?
Relaxed.
Yeah?
Yep.
Relaxed.
Very nice.
Any of you ladyboys watching tonight?
No.
That we should know about, so I can say something unfortunate and it's all embarrassing.
Just say something unfortunate
and I get that
anyway.
funny look from you.
What funny look?
Oh, you have one.
Do I?
Oh, yeah.
Like a towel.
If I talk about one of your ladies and they're in, you do get this look at me. Like, this look like, oh, shut up. Shut up, dickhead. Also in here, we got in Troll Central Zombie Stench 2, who's been selling there for ages as well. Hello. Now, on the podcast, we did address something. We've had a complaint from a lady on YouTube about profanity and tattoos and how the two things are very bad. So apparently I should stop swearing and, I don't know, cover my tattoos up with makeup, because I'll never get a proper job with tattoos and I'll never find a nice lady to give me children. I'm 46. I've been with the same woman since I was 21. I've got a 7-year-old kid who's doing really well. I'm all right. But thanks for your concern, doll lady. Perhaps next time, don't click on a video that's called Dox Me Bitch and think the language is going to be cool. Luckily enough, another triggerist stormed straight in and said no one gives a fuck about your opinion. Off they went. So they're having a dance of their own. I got Mr. Cooksey in YouTube. Sidewalk Closed, Katrina Barlow, Pedro and Natalie. How you doing, Natalie? Okay. And lots of new subscribers over there, which is really something else. Right. Let's get straight in, seeing as we're late. I'm going to first of all speak about Sargon of Akkad. Carl Benjamin. Sargon of Akkad, famous YouTuber. Pretty much always thought he was a centrist, but apparently now he's a terrible Nazi. Terrible far-right Nazi. He's running to be a MEP for UKIP, which is probably a joyous job. I don't know why I can't. I'd love to be a UKIP MEP. We've spoke about that many times, but he's going to be a UKIP MEP. But there's been a bit of a problem because, like people's past comes back to get them, and it's something that Sargon of Akkad or Carl Benjamin. I feel like I'm doing the Tommy Robinson thing. We have to mention his real name. Basically, he got into it with an MP called Jess Phillips. We've got a picture of Jess Phillips here. There she is. That's Jess Phillips. She's an MP. And she was making light of someone put forward the idea of Men's Day so men could discuss their problems. She thought it was quite hilarious because men talk all the time, which is, of course, men talk all the time, which is why men's suicide rates are through the roof. I might not agree with all these different days. I think society as a whole should be more tolerant and understanding of mental illness, but that's a different thing entirely. She made light of it because she's a feminist and she's powerful. She's a feminist and she's a powerful lady. So she was complaining that she'd gotten all kinds of rape threats over Twitter for what she said. So Carl Benjamin said on Twitter, and I've got the quote here, "I wouldn't even rape you. Feminism is cancer. I wouldn't even rape you." Now, you could take that in a few ways. He's making a flippant remark. You're like, rape you? I won't rape you. Or perhaps she doesn't meet his exacting standards for potential victims. People are taking it that way. But what this has become is something else. It's become, he's a man who made rape comments. Because you know what the media do? They strip all context away. Get rid of all that don't want that shit. Don't need context. Don't need anything like that. He made the rape comments. And the media have been badgering him for a while over this. The leader of UKIP did say that it was, just satire and he regrets saying it, which kind of got knocked into a cocked hat by Mr. Benjamin at a recent press conference. He was up on the stage with Gerard Batten. It's Gerald, isn't it? Not Gerard. Gerard. It's Gerald. Gerard. Is it Gerard? Oh, I thought it was Gerald. Whoever. The current leader of UKIP will probably be replaced before too long. Count Dankula, who was, I've got to be honest, giggling like a 9-year-old fucking schoolboy, and Carl Benjamin. And when he was questioned about it, he said, well, if she's going to act like a massive bitch, I'm going to act like a massive bitch. Deal with it. There you go. Deal with it. UKIP people on the internet, media, boo, not good. Don't like. As a way of talking, I think it was perfect. I think it's going to absolutely fuck his political career, even though I'm not convinced he's doing it for a serious guy. I think it's just a poke in the eye for the establishment, because the Swindon UKIP, I don't know, what is it? It's fucking supporters club. The Swindon branch, their chairman, Mr. Aubrey Atwater, told the BBC he wanted to see Mr. Benjamin deselected as an MEP candidate. And the quote was, UKIP Swindon wants absolutely nothing to do with Carl Benjamin or his websites. Twitter! It's fucking Twitter, dickhead. It's not his website. He's but apparently his appearance is not doing UKIP any favours, because UKIP were doing really good before they hooked on to these guys, by which I'm being incredibly sarcastic. UKIP were not doing well at all. They've got, Carl Benjamin. They've got Count Dankula. It was a big thing that Paul Joseph Watson joined with them, but he's gone off to do his own. I think he's concentrating on his own websites now, isn't he? He seems to be pulling away from the InfoWars and concentrating on his own thing. So yeah, he's doubled down with this. Now, of course, everyone's screaming about what a Nazi Carl Benjamin is. Terrible Nazi. Terrible. And that word's been so cheapened. It doesn't mean anything. It's like the word racist. That's thrown around with wild abandon, as is Nazi, All these underfed, vegan, pasty-faced motherfuckers saying, yeah, punch a Nazi. You're never going to punch a fucking Nazi. You've got to go and find a Nazi first. It doesn't mean someone that voted Leave or someone that votes for UKIP or Carl Benjamin. They're not Nazis. The white supremacists hate Carl Benjamin. What was it, Graham? He got kicked off Twitter. I know you're eating your sandwich instead of doing your fucking job here, but I don't want to disturb your dinner. I am sorry.
I know.
How much of that did you have in your fucking mouth at one go? Greedy boy.
Hear it off of me, innit?
Greedy boy.
I was sneaking a bite, Hayden, and you spotted me.
So he was kicked off Twitter because of his spats with white nationalists, wasn't it?
Yeah, he sent a load of white nationalists into racial porn.
Because that's what Nazis do.
It's funny, though, because, he didn't punch a Nazi, he sent them porn, and they were like, get out! With your non-violent...
Your non-violent interracial porn. Because, I'm not really a supporter of Carl Benjamin. I don't watch a lot of his stuff. The stuff I have watched seems actually remarkably sort of reasonable. But the more the media are hating on him and calling him a Nazi, the more I'm moving towards being a supporter. He's much like Dankula, who I thought was just a shit poster, just doing his thing, having fun. But he's been ruined by the mainstream media. Ruined. They're calling him a Nazi. He was a wannabe communist when he was younger. They don't get on with Nazis very well. So it just beggars belief. The narrative is set now. The narrative is set, and everyone's moving against UKIP because of this. And UKIP will be in a position soon where they'll either probably usher him quietly to the side, which would be quite a shame, because I do want people stood up at press conferences calling other members of Parliament massive bitches, and that they should all deal with it. Seems perfectly reasonable to me. If you've got any thoughts on it, do get in touch. Do let us know. How are we doing on social media, Graham, now that you finished your sandwich?
I've not, actually. I took it out. It's all wet, waiting for me. It's good, man. It's funny. It's interesting. You mentioned Sargon, and very few comments were actually about him. It was just instantly like how much people hate Jess Phillips just straight away. I thought she was a trans, bracket, a bad one. That's 12K188 said that. She's Jade Goody, Mark 2. 191 said that. Jess Phillips is a mega retard. That's from Cup of Tea. Also as well, Nazi, that was a bit of a confusing one. Buckaroo said, is he a left-wing liberal? Nazis are left-wing liberals.
No, they're not. Don't get confused by National Socialism, meaning they're socialists at the core. It doesn't... I don't care what the narrative is now where people bullshit about this. In your wildest fucking dreams, Adolf Hitler was never fucking left-wing. Okay? No, it doesn't work like that. I know they were called National Socialists, but don't think it... It's like most people use liberal now as an insult without understanding what liberal means. And the people they're referring to are a million miles away from being liberal. I would put him more as a centrist, wouldn't you, Graham?
Yeah.
Sargon, definitely centrist.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Like, blatantly. Very blatantly.
Centrists are hated more than anything else by the far left now. I mean, the far left fucking hate everything now, don't they? Even each other. It's just their whole day spent going, I'm considerably more far left than you. They detest centrists. Because centrists tend to be people who go, I don't believe any of you fuckers.
Yeah.
I don't buy any of your bullshit.
And they're the ones that swing elections as well. That's the other thing. So it's like, fuck you fucking voted for fucking Tories and all that. Happy Dog said that both Sargon and Dank doubled down last night by making more rape jokes at their comedy evening. Which I can imagine.
A comedy evening with Sargon of Akkad. See, I've seen Dankula's turn, and he wasn't too bad. He wasn't too bad at all. I quite enjoyed the whole slideshow thing and the shtick of it all. I enjoyed it. I don't know that Sargon would be...
Well, this is Happy Dog, though, innit? So, his idea of comedy. Might have been
Sargon of Akkad comedy show. I'm not that I'm belittling Carl Benjamin. I'm sure he's a very funny man. I've just not seen one, so I...
Natalie wasn't happy about you saying Gerard. She's been triggered by that. Hashtag
Was it Gerald? How the fuck do I know who he is?
It's Gerard Batten. It is.
Gerard
Batten, but she doesn't like hearing it.
Why? Is his name Gerard?
I don't know. Is there a footballer? Is it a football thing?
Stephen Gerrard.
I don't know.
Liverpool.
Fingerburn50 said, is this the Docs guy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Bootstomp01 said, Hayden is a Nazi.
Full blown. Fucking full blown, dyed in the wool Nazi. Got a swastika on my bell end and everything. Fucking, that's me. Go and listen to the podcast, which is subtitled Hayden is a Terrible Jew, and you'll hear that I'm actually also accused of being a terrible Jew on the internet as well. So I can't win, can I?
Yeah, literally type Hayden is a terrible Jew. And you'll find it. Smoke Steve is pointing out that Aphid was drunk last week for his show. He had a Skype call that only he could hear.
I always assume Aphid's drunk. I thought that was Aphid's thing. I thought that was his thing. I thought maybe I'm wrong. I just assumed you were a heavy drinker, Aphid. I am sorry. Boots Stumpo 1 says Hayden is a Jewish Nazi. Throw Muslim and atheist scum in there, and you're getting closer to it. I'm all of those things to all of those people. Mark Wilde says Sargon of Akkad looks like someone who has held a fart in for too long. If you hold it in too long, is that when you get them bubbles that go back up? A very uncomfortable sensation.
I find it arousing.
I don't like it, but sometimes you gotta hold them in because you don't know if it's gonna draw mud. Gotta be careful with these things. Gotta be careful. How do you like me so far? Says HH is no Jew nor Nazi. He's a dreaded centrist. Probably. But why can't I be a centrist Jew, Nazi, Muslim, atheist? You know, don't put me in a box, bitch. Let me be free. Let me be free to be who I want to be. It's the world we live in. I can ID as anything I like. Fair enough. I think that's fair enough. Right. We got emails there, Cherry.
We've got one off Mageface.
Were you just fucking replying to emails on the show?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Well,
You just read them out, mate. Unless they're personal.
Wants to know the thoughts on Notre Dame, whether it's deliberate or an act of God.
We are going to talk about Notre Dame later in the show. We are, just a little bit. But we are going to talk about that later in the show, for sure. What, mate? Don't worry about me. I'm answering your email.
No, I was just replying.
Explain yourself.
Before you said it.
By the way, you've got an appointment for the dentist next Wednesday, Hayden. He's sorted it all for you.
Yeah, man.
My fucking PA over there. I'm just taking care of it, dude. Don't you worry about it.
I'm all over it.
How we looking on the social?
It's good. It's good. I mean, you got to all the shout outs already on the YouTube, didn't you? I forgot. You've got it open there. Sneaking a look at.
Although I can't see anything happening on the chat.
No, it's pretty chilled at the moment.
I mean, literally nothing's happened since I logged in. I think I've just frozen.
We've had a lot of issues with YouTube lately, haven't we? I'm starting to get the paranoia with it.
I'm having terrible troubles with it.
They're having, well, our stream key changed just before we went on air.
I'm getting rid of that. I'm getting rid of that. I'll let you have a look at that one.
Yeah, no worries. In terms of the Facebook, the hearts are already leading. We've got Luke, Axel, Kelly, Lynn, Mark, James, Colin, Stephen, and Natalie, and 5 shares. Bless your little faces.
Oh, fantastic!
I know. And we've got a laughing emoji, which I hope is laughing with us.
No, I doubt it.
Not at us.
I doubt it.
Joe's just going, this is what?
This is fucking laughable. You are dickhead. Right, next thing I want to talk about, because we do have to crack on. Let's see. We're fair cracking through here. My laptop thinks it's an hour later. That's just not good, that. The Extinction... Oh, no! No! I don't want to talk about them yet. Get ready with the pictures. I'm going to surprise you. Nigel Farage. Yes! Nigel Farage. He's having a jolly good time, isn't he? He said that UKIP has to stop associating with the far-right people such as Tommy Robinson, Stephen Yaxley Lennon, as he's otherwise known, and of course Sargon of Akkad, God Benjamin, and Count Dankula, Mark Meechan. Yeah, he checked me out. I know my shit. It's all right. It's the first time I've gotten that right ever. He says it's too extreme within the U Party, which I believe it's, what's it called? The Beta Cook Party or something. That's right, isn't it?
Cook. Yeah.
Cook. The Cook Party. But the thing is, he's doing really well. And I don't just mean well. 2 polls so far. I don't know polls. Take it, however you like. But they've put his Brexit party in the lead for the EU elections, which suggests he's leapfrogged the 2 big parties, Labour and Conservatives. The 2 polls weren't carried out by, Brexit fans are us. They were by YouGov and The Times. YouGov's reasonably reliable. The Times, take your pick. But the Brexit Party are on 23%, Labour on 22%, and Tories are on 17%. While The Times had Brexit Party on 27%, Labour 22%, and 15% for the Tories. The Tories are just collapsing at the moment over this whole Brexit message. Their numbers are just going through the floor. So Nigel's bringing it up. Now, he is going to split the vote, because some people are going to vote UKIP, and that is going to split it. But I think the more arseholes we can put in the European Parliament, the better. If we're going to be stuck in it, let's stock it full of absolute arseholes like Nigel Farage. And no matter what your thoughts on him, and I know also he's a terrible Nazi now as well, according to everybody, he's very good value when he does turn up at the European Parliament and just sits there slagging everybody off. Hugely enjoyable, which is all we should expect in the European Parliament. We might as well enjoy it and get our money's worth, which I like. So yeah, Nigel's party. Look at him there. Look at him, he's going back to that. Didn't he tell them, Graham, as well? I'm coming back.
Oh, yeah, he's been very clear about it for months. Mess this up and I'll be right back here with all my mates.
Man, I would fucking love to be over there for that. That'd be superb. If you do enjoy Trigger Warning, by the way, and I'm sure you do, why wouldn't you? Check out everything that we do. We are now going to be uploading a lot more to Live Leak. We've got the YouTube channel being uploaded too. We do basically 2 podcasts a week come out. We do record one of them live as a radio show on Cogent Radio and TriggerWarning.tv/live. That's at 10:30 p.m. UK time, which is 5:30 Eastern, on a Tuesday evening. That is released on Wednesday. Then we go away and record extra time after that, which is released on the Friday. We got this show every Thursday at 10 p.m. and Graham's Sunday show at 12 p.m. UK time. It's going well, that as well.
The Real Sunday View.
The Real Sunday View.
Is that what it's called?
98% less Irish than Richie Allen's Sunday View. He gave you a plug as well, didn't he?
He was very lovely, and I was desperate to moan about his show and slag him off, but he actually did a really good show on Sunday, and I couldn't find
It's
anything.
very difficult when he's being nice. It's very difficult, but you found a way, and that's all that matters. So lots and lots of stuff coming out with Trigger Warning, which is really cool. Remember, we've also got the radio station, which is Cogent Radio. We've got TriggerWarning.tv. We've got social.triggerwarning.tv. And we're always and forever going to be all over Live Leak, because I obviously love Live Leak. And even you people in there. Oh yeah, browsing. Hello. Henry Hoover. He was a good boy as well. Hello guys, good to see you in there. And how do you like me so far? This much. But there we go. We got any emails there, Cherry?
Nope.
Very quiet, isn't it? Get your emails in, guys. All the information's down here. You can also Skype in, which I do enjoy, but it's usually just Aphid Lip that'll do, which is always nice. We're going to see if we can get Drone Tech again tonight, but he's already streaming, isn't he? Drone Tech. So.
You nearly lost me to him, didn't you?
Yes.
He was trying to poach me just before we came on air. I was like, mate,
take you away from me. Trying to take you away, but we must get him back on anyway. We'll get that sorted with him, and we'll get Drone Tech back on, because Drone Tech Politics on YouTube. Go check it out. It's it's a conservative voice, and there's not really enough of them on social media at the moment. Reasonable conservative voice. So that's Drone Tech Politics. And if you want some entertainment, go watch him completely lose his shit at all the leftist media outlets on Twitter. He's on that, isn't he, Graham? Oh, they can't make a comment without him being on it now. Do check it out. It's hugely enjoyable. Drone Tech Politics. We like Drone Tech, don't we?
Yeah,
He's a very nice man.
Yeah.
That lady that told me off for profanity and having tattoos, she said she told Drone Tech off for cursing, and he simply apologised and didn't curse as much. I had to tell her I'm not as nice as him.
I know. Fanos just said that Drone Tech is almost too nice.
He's just a good bloke. Thing
is, though, if you're right leaning in America, you have to be. The standards are higher. That's an absolute fact, isn't it? You can't get away with what people on the left can get away with. He's got to be a good lad. Otherwise, they'll take his guns away.
He should be naughty. He should be really naughty. Gonna have to talk to him more about things like that, just to get him a bit naughtier.
Get him over. I want to jump on over one of his live streams actually, but I'll definitely.
I'd like he's just making it happen. It's like trying to get Owen Schroyer on this. We can't get it lined up because I'm completely inflexible. That's it.
This is my window.
That's it. And if everything revolves around my demands and what I want, and that's just how this shit works. I'm sorry, you know.
Alan's been in touch on Facebook to say he's drunk, by the way.
Good man.
A tad. He's
the only way to watch.
He even wrote BRB. It's as if we don't know. He's like, bless his little face. Macduff said that Nigel Farage is the man.
He's a man.
He's a man.
He's definitely a man. I don't know if he's the man.
You know what though? If you watch the media in America, then you've got a very different view of Nigel Farage. He's a hero over there. Doc92 wants to know who you voted for. Was it Lord Buckethead?
No, I don't think he was standing where I am. I usually choose an independent, whoever I can find. I think last general election, was the first one where I've never voted since being able to vote because I just couldn't. There was no one for me to vote for.
Yeah, it's just shit, innit?
I can't. Jeremy Corbyn, I can't tolerate. The Tories, I can't tolerate. Liberal Democrats, basically, I don't understand. I don't see the point of them. And all the other shit just annoys me. I'm not going to vote UKIP.
I voted for someone that I know personally, so it was literally
BNP.
He was never going to get in, but it was just to try and get him make sure he got his deposit back.
It was in with one eye, wasn't it? Nick Griffin. That's him. Nick Griffin you voted for.
I've registered in his area and everything. Dodgy postcode.
He's been banned on Facebook.
Has it?
I was going to talk about this tonight, but I was thinking about saving it for something more in depth. But yeah, Facebook has made a move, and we'll have to put the graphics in for this later, to ban people from the far right, such as Nick Griffin, the EDL, BNP, Britain First. Is that them two dickheads that went to prison? It is, isn't it? Yeah. It's moved to just ban them all. Ban them all. Tommy Robinson was shit canned on their YouTuber in the process of hiding him from anyone's view. And everyone's celebrating. Now, I make no secret. Britain First, dirtbags, okay? My opinion. You agree, disagree, I don't care. You know, I've no time for Nick Griffin. He's dreadful. The BNP are fucking dreadful. Awful, awful, awful arseholes. I don't want them banned because they're not on there preaching to hurt people. They're saying we don't like these people. And as offensive as it might be, as terrible as it might be, we got to be careful about this modelling of the political spectrum because you're creating a problem when you do that. If you ban people solely for their political beliefs, you empower them. You're not silencing them. They're not going away. And then if let's say someone doesn't like immigrants or they're just fucking, wants something a bit more extreme than UKIP. If they go back on Facebook on their personal account, see, right, well, Britain First have been completely banned or whatever other move. Was it the Knights Templar have been banned?
Yeah, something like that.
But whatever, they've been banned. But hang on, the fucking friends of Hamas. These Antifa pricks doxing everyone. Why are they still on? But they're not still on. And these people preaching hate against white people like me, but they're not allowed. What are you doing? You're creating the problem. You're creating the problem. You're pushing people to the extremes. I understand there's a panic among the social media companies at the moment. And I know there's massive pressures. But we're getting very close to where it's not just the far right. Because the description far right seems to be creeping left rapidly. It's a silencing of conservative voices as well. And everyone's starting to notice it, except the people on the far left, of course, who say there's no such thing because it doesn't suit their agenda. But it is creeping more and more. Now, a couple of the more extreme sort of left groups and things of that nature have been banned, but not many. Predominantly the conservative voice, because that's believed to be the hateful voice among the Silicon Valley glitterati and, Illuminati. Zuckerberg, your Jack, and all these guys, because they're very much over to the left. And I just think this is going to cause a problem. It's going to cause a problem. And the only way they can deal with it, everyone went and joined Gab, and then they tried to deplatform Gab, and now they tried to deplatform Alex Jones. Just this deplatforming that people are celebrating, I think you've got to be very careful celebrating that. You know, I mean, if a website's got rules, that's fine. You know, enforce them, do what you want. It's your website. But it's this kind of groupthink that I find really concerning. This concerted effort to deny them publicity, deny them the ability to fund themselves, deny them the ability to have a voice. And every time you do that, you just make people more extreme. You just make people more extreme. And in this day of, you know, like blockchain video sharing sites, Bitcoin, they're going to find a way, but it's going to get much more insular and much more extreme because there's no debate, there's no discussion. I think this is a terribly bad move. So, just to show that I'm centrist, I'm going to have a pop at some more leftists. The Extinction Rebellion. There they are. There they are. I noticed Jon Snow hasn't come out yet and said, I've never seen so many white people in my life. Many of them appear to be, but no one's commented on that. I guess because they're not voting Leave. These are exclusively Remainers, I would imagine. The Extinction Rebellion is a global movement to force governments to do more about climate change and things of that nature, and they're focusing their efforts on disrupting the lives of everyday ordinary people to force some action. They have 3 demands. Global extinction. Demand number 1, tell the truth. Always a good demand. Government must tell the truth by declaring a climate and ecological emergency, working with other institutions to communicate the urgency for change. You must tell the truth, but mainly the truth that we want you to tell people. Number 2, act now. Because it's urgent, you see. It's an emergency. Act now. Government must act now to halt biodiversity loss and reduce greenhouse gas emissions to net zero by 2025. So within 6 years, net zero greenhouse gases. It's good that they're setting realistic targets. It's always good to set achievable targets, I find. Basically, that means we have to switch the country off. Switch it off. Everything, that's it. Off. And we all have to build shelters and eat berries and shit, I suppose. Although they probably complain about that. Demand 3, because their website's just changed on me. That's weird. Didn't like that. Why did it do that, Graham?
I've no idea.
Oh man, now this has crashed. Basically, demand 3 is that they want a... Oh, hang on, here we go. I don't want to watch a sortation short film. Go fuck yourself. Why are you fucking with me now? Why are they fucking with me, Graham?
They know you're talking about them.
What's sortition? What does it mean? I don't know what that word means. I'm too stupid to know what that word means. I'm way too stupid to understand what sortition is. But I'm not as stupid as some of these people, and I'll get to that in a moment. Just going to bring up this third demand here. I'm not going to defrag my drive right now, thank you very much. Beyond politics is the third demand. Government must create and be led by the decisions of a citizens' assembly on climate and ecological justice. A citizens' assembly. Now, we've agreed here. That sounds an awful lot like inviting socialists into government. And I mean real ones. Not the American idea of a socialist, which is anyone that wants any kind of public health care or anything like that. No. Real socialists. The kind of people that think about citizens' assemblies. So, yeah, a government within a government led by doubtless people who think they're more important than everybody else, even though they say we're all part of the same problem, the same solution, and we'll all work together. But you'll work underneath us, because we're going to be the citizens' assembly. And this assembly will be able to tell the government what to do. about the climate and ecological justice. There's no great definitions out there for ecological justice. You'll be very surprised to learn, but that's still one of them. So what are they doing to achieve these demands, these serious demands, these 3 demands? Because remember, they want to clean the planet. They don't want us using fossil fuels. They want it clean, spotless, pristine. So these thousands of people have converged upon London. Obviously, it's taken them weeks to get there because they've walked. They've walked wearing nothing but hemp and natural fibres for their clothing. And they have... Oh, no, right, I'm wrong. Half of them were probably taken there by Mummy in the Range Rover. The rest used public transport to go down there, protest in front of Parliament when no one's fucking there, and just disrupt the lives of ordinary people. People who need to go to work. People who have to get around. Maybe have to see sick relatives. Look after people. Take the kids to school. Do a job or they don't get fucking paid and they can't pay for the heating or the food. To see you middle-class boring twats can superglue yourselves to the fucking pavement. One dickhead, we got a picture of him here. Get this dreadful twat. Look at that. Superglued himself to a train. That little note there, by the way, says, glued to window, do not pull me. Pull it? Fine, don't. Just drive the fucking train off. See how good the superglue is. What speed does it give up? Is it the glue that gives up? Or the skin off the palm of his hands? As he tumbles beneath the wheels, doing his bit to fertilise the land after being ground into minced beef. No, we don't do that. We stop everyone's fucking day to make way for dreadful wastes of fucking skin like this person here. And they'll go, oh, we've saved the planet. You've done fuck all. Because nobody in power cares that you've gone down there and disrupted other people's lives. You've just pissed people off. You just pissed them off. Emergency service vehicles have had troubles. Everything. You're just a fucking nightmare. It's like them bellends that went and blocked the trains on Mother's Day last year and were getting support from people. And it wasn't even for anything to do with this fucking country, was it?
No. It was a war.
The war somewhere else has got fuck all to do with us. And some people couldn't go and see the mothers on Mother's Day. I mean, they're using super glue. Shouldn't they have used nails? Although that uses iron, doesn't it? Which you've got to rape from the ground and burn and fire. Just the dreadful twats. Celebrating the fact they've used resources to go down there and fuck everybody else's day up. Creating traffic jams. Creating tailbacks that absolutely burn through fossil fuels. Absolutely burn through them, all the emissions and everything else. And they probably all went for a nice dinner afterwards, eating something that pollutes the planet. All sat there going, oh yeah, aren't we great, on the fucking smartphones that are terrible pollutants and not made in the best of conditions. Look into some of the things that go into making these motherfuckers. Filthy. They've all got one. All these save the earth types, and they all tell me the same thing when I bring this up. Well, I'm still doing what I can. No, you're not. You're not. Why don't you all fuck off to one of those islands off Scotland where I want to put all the jihadists and like fucking criminals and shit? Get one for yourselves, live in a cave and eat fucking grass for the rest of the 20 years you'll probably live on this planet when you regress back to the fucking Bronze Age. Go do that shit. Tell me how you get on. Don't use resources like other people. Don't do it. Sign out. Go and live, and I'm sure everyone will follow your example. Or at least everyone will watch on TV as you waste away and all die terribly young of fucking smallpox and shit. Because you can't have medical treatment because, you know, science, bad, polluting, ooh, chemicals. Don't want that. Fucking emergency. And Graham was telling me before, this thing about halt biodiversity loss. It already has been. It's sort of flatlined out, hasn't it?
Yeah, in Europe.
Dropped from the 70s and then it's... and was it in the US it's actually improving?
Yeah, in the US it's actually gone up.
We might see that drop off a bit after the new regulation scrapping by the Trump legislation, but we'll see. But yeah, we're doing a lot better than we did. It's already happening.
But like literally one of their main demands has already been met. Yeah. So what the fuck are they doing?
But it's not good enough, Graham. It's not good enough. They need to see more biodiversity. And not at nature's pace. They want it now. They want it now. Just the way they want their pret-a-manger sandwich. Now. They want their coconut fucking latte. Now. While they go and be the people's warriors. That's for that super glue shit. Anyone that super glues themselves to the floor. You know those street sweeper machines? They're not going fast enough to kill them.
Give them a wash.
Give them a wash. Scrape them off the pavement. They got them things for chewing gum, haven't they? The street guys use the scrapers. There you go. Just do that. The ones that super glued themselves to all the windows on the shops, leave them. Leave them. It'll wear off in a few days.
Yeah.
They might find sleeping tricky if they've done it in a standing position.
They want to hire homeless people on the snide to harass them. That's the way to do it. You're there stuck to shell. It's just a almost horny one. That's how you do it.
You wouldn't have to hire them. Just leave someone in the centre of London fucking glued to a window. Gluing yourself to shit, come on.
Send one of Trump's buses their way, eh? Drop them all off out front.
Fucking ridiculous. Really, the Extinction Rebellion. We've got any emails there, Cherry?
We have.
Oh,
Got
my
one off
word.
Smoke Steve.
Oh, good.
Hey fellas, it's fucked up. Used to be the Liberals that were against censorship. The Conservatives in the US used to burn Twisted Sister records in massive piles. Bonfires of shitty metal.
Oh, that still goes on. That still goes on. Be under no illusion. The religious right has not improved. We just don't hear as much from them. That's the only difference. You know, it's not like that got better. It's just that other shit stepped up. The left had a hold my beer moment. And people forgot what liberal means. And became leftist authoritarian fucking scum.
They got
Fascists.
power hungry with it, didn't they? With the purity tests. We've had Happy Dogs said that Heathrow is getting targeted tomorrow, just in time for the people wanting to get away for Easter weekend.
Lovely that, isn't it? Lovely that. People have saved up all bloody year. For a couple of days away somewhere nice.
Yeah.
Ask Happy Dog where he was tomorrow.
I mean, it literally affects the poor people the worst, that, doesn't it? It's like, the poorer you are, the more that's going to be a problem.
No, absolutely. The wealthy, like we said earlier, I'll go away in a couple of months' time. It's fine.
Mr. Gilsey1 said, how do you lessen cow flatulence to net zero?
Corks. Big corks.
Buckaroo said, global warming is nothing but lies.
I don't know about
that what
that.
he
There's
said?
compelling science. There is compelling science on the issue, but it's all been played out and taken to just for people to use as a stick to beat other people with. I don't know, but I don't think the way we're handling it is correct. I don't think that the monetization of it is a very great idea. But I think it would be naive to believe we're not having a negative impact on the environment. I think it'd be very naive to believe that. And there are the other natural things occurring. One of the best scientific takes I saw was that there are natural things occurring. We're just helping accelerate them. We're just helping make them worse. You got the giggles, Cherry. What have you seen?
I thought I heard Graham fart then, but
It
it
was
might
his
have been a
chair. Yeah, it was his chair.
This is a professional operation. How dare
Of
you?
course it is.
How dare you?
Farley Green says, between ice ages it warms up. Yes, because it's between ice ages. Otherwise it would just be called Ice Age. But yeah, fair point. Well noticed.
I think the thing
Not
is,
much gets past him.
it is warming, but it's like, well, what do we do about it? Are we going to freak out and glue ourselves to the road, or are we just going to adjust life
I'm going to glue myself
around
to the road.
it? You know,
But I'm actually going to glue myself to the floor in my house.
yeah,
So I'm only disrupting my life.
just sweating and dogs everywhere.
Shouting the wife. Help! I've done a stupid thing again.
How do they poo when they do this? How do they poo?
Just got to let it go, dude.
Yeah. Oh, you
let
end
it
up like
fly.
that guy out of June. You know, the bad guy. What's his name? The Harkonnen. We've had a message actually as well. Fano Boss. I don't know if we've talked about this yet. The Jim Jeffries and Avi Yemeni thing.
No, I've just bitched about it on Twitter.
Privately.
Yeah. I think that's something we'll get into on one of the shows. It's a bit big to get into at the moment. My take is Jim Jeffries is a wanker. But do you know what? He's playing the game. He's doing what he's doing. He wants a successful show and wants to make money. So what do you expect from the mainstream? That's how they operate. That's what they do. I'm sure we have spoke about this on one of the shows.
I think we did on the podcast a little bit, maybe, but it's still ongoing, isn't it? Really, in terms of the clusterfuck. G.I. Joe said that Facebook is for fucking losers.
G.I. Joe says many things.
And there's so many people asking you to talk about the fire, the Notre Dame one now, that it's getting to the point where people are just accusing you of being complicit in it.
Notre Dame. Okay. Big famous church with a hunchback bell ringer burned down in Paris. Heartbreaking to see, 'cause it's a beautiful building. Don't give a fuck for Catholicism. I think people crying over it should really chill the fuck out. Okay, it's not your mum. It's just a building. Beautiful building burned down. I only know what everybody else knows, which is that the authorities believe it was a fire caused by renovations. That's all anyone knows. Online, different story. I think within half an hour, people were out screaming that it was the Muslims that did it, because some people watching it burn down on Al Jazeera were laughing and smiling. What do you expect? They're assholes. You know, they get trolls and assholes. You know, like some of you guys sit there just completely losing your shit for an hour. Well, that's what they do. They're just losing the shit about something you're not happy about. Do I know Muslims did it? No. Could they have done it? Possibly. I don't know. I only know what I've been told, like you guys. Now, some people say I'm not very woke because of this, because what I should be doing is making a decision based solely on the opinion of people like Paul Joseph Watson. I'm not going to do that. It's like people that go all fucking mad at me because with 9/11, I say, I'll tell you what I know about 9/11 for a fact. Some planes went into some buildings. Later on, buildings fell down. And people scream at me about that. How can you say that? Because factually, that's exactly what happened. Planes flew into buildings, and let's set aside the lunatics that don't believe the planes went in. Planes went in, later on, buildings came down. Notre Dame, all I know is, beautiful old church. It's having a lot of renovation work done. Fucker caught fire. The fucker caught fire. York Minster caught fire years ago. I don't think that was the Muslims. So I don't know, but right now all we have to go on is they believe it was something to do with the renovation. Now it's burned down, they're going to rebuild it, apparently within 5 years, which is quite quick. And it's going to look lovely. I'm not sure what more you can say on Notre Dame before you're just wildly speculating. I've watched the guys from InfoWars and some others saying, you know, it's a perfect allegory for what's happening in France. It's just a building that caught fire. It's not an allegory, it's just a building that caught fire. If it wasn't the cathedral, no one would have given a fuck. But it's been wall to wall on the TV and things like that. And, you know, I've just noticed Fano Boss in there said 900 church fires in a year, though. How many of those were black metal followers? I mean, there's that fucking incel in America got 3, didn't he?
Yeah, they've already raised enough money to rebuild them, by the way.
They've done well.
Yeah, everyone's been going, what about them? It's like, no, they've got it, 1.8 million. They're good.
Okay. So yeah, am I going to say no Muslims are burning churches? No, because in the Middle East there's a massive issue with that being bombed and burned. But you can't make that leap automatically. If evidence comes out, I'll gladly talk about that. Right now, I know what everyone actually knows, not what everyone believes. And that's where I'm on Notre Dame. I don't think there's any more I can bring to the conversation, you know? And if it was burned down by people in a terrorist act, let's be thankful nobody died. Nobody in there, none of the emergency service workers, no one was killed. We can just be thankful for that. Buildings can be rebuilt. It's not the first time for Notre Dame. Probably won't be the last. That's the attitude that you've got to have with this. What else can you do? I'm not going to say it's part and parcel of being in a big city. I'd leave that to other people. But the truth is, this kind of nasty, evil, dreadful shit does happen. I am confused why everybody else is paying for the cathedral when the Catholic Church could easily afford it, but I don't know, not my business. If people want to if people want to pay for it, go for it. Fill your boots. I've noticed people online screaming at people that want to pay money towards refurbishing this wonderful monument to mankind's ingenuity, because it is. It's a glorious, beautiful building, or was. Screaming, oh, you should do this with the money, you should do that with the money. Mine is always the same. You can't tell people what to do with their fucking money. And chances are half these dickheads saying you should send it to fucking this village here or that there don't do anything like that themselves. They just talk a good talk to look important and good on social media. Virtue signalling, if you will. People are free to do whatever they want with the money. Send it to, I don't know, your cathedral. Send it to the burns unit at the hospital for the fucking hunchback. Whatever it takes. Do whatever makes you feel good about it. Because the fact is, it was a beautiful, like I said, a monument to mankind's ingenuity, like all great buildings, all great architecture. That's all I've really got on Notre Dame. I don't have much else on that. I don't know how. We could get into speculation, I guess, but I don't really see the point in that. I don't find that exciting. You guys are free to do it, though, and please do. So that's my less than hot take on Notre Dame, really.
It was frustratingly reasonable, Hayden.
Sometimes I can't help it. It's my honest opinion on it.
Thankfully, everyone else was just as reasonable as you, so we can just back up and go home. Happy Dog said that Wingman John has just got back from a short break in Paris, but sadly he lost his lighter. Globetrotter 79 reckons that I bet ISIS has sent a letter claiming responsibility if they did it or not.
I'm sure they have, but they have put a video out saying they're going to do it again. Wasn't there? There was some kind of video or meme came out saying we will do it in the future when you've rebuilt, planning ahead.
Well, you've got to, haven't you, these days?
Very brave thing for someone that's just been absolutely bummed in Syria by the Russians and the US and the coalition and the Kurds. But yeah, it's the shit they put out every time. Everything that happens, ISIS. So yeah, that was us.
Everyone needs a 5-year plan, man. That's how it works.
If this is finished in 5 years, I'll be very surprised.
How do you like me so far? Said it burnt as punishment by God.
God's punishment for priests bumming kids. The Pope, the fucking Pope, do you know what he's done? That piece of shit. I would apologise to Catholics, but I can't. He said, these priests raping kids, it never used to happen. It's because of the sexual revolution of the 1960s and the availability of porn. It's not, mate. It's not. That's not what it is. As if all of a sudden it's new, you know. Fucking look at the history of your fucking church. It's vile. That was dreadful, blaming it on that. I mean, and of course there's all these pious pricks going, he's got a point. Which reminds me, very soon here in the UK, you're going to have to provide your identification if you want to have a quality online wank. Keep that in mind too, guys. Or get VPN'd up to fuck. Me? I'm totally putting my details in.
Oh yeah, I'm sending them a picture of my passport straight away.
Wankers register. I want to be all over that. I want a new passport. I want my blue passport.
Proper one.
I don't even want mine to say United Kingdom on it. I want to say England.
England.
I want an English passport.
You go to Liverpool and when you give it him, throw it back at him. What the fuck is this?
I don't understand at the minute because Scottish people are allowed to be Scottish. Welsh people are allowed to be Welsh, despite all common sense indicating that shouldn't be the case. Irish people are allowed to say they're Irish. English people have to shut the fuck up because we're evil. Well, fuck that. Without us, where would you all be? Happier. But, you know, come on. Let's not focus on just the negatives. Let's focus on the good things. We've managed to massively exploit your countries for our enrichment. Focus on the positives. Let's have a look here. The Roman Catholic Church has always been full of pedos. This is true. Someone's just said a VPN is bullshit. I didn't say to keep you perfectly anonymous from someone that was looking, but in general, they do okay. They do okay. Happy Dog says Hayden's passport was issued by Mossad or the Kremlin. Maybe I have too. Cup of Tea says nuke Quebec to save the world. That's the French bit of Canada, isn't it? I don't like the idea of a French bit of Canada. Don't agree with it.
Apparently they're assholes. Canadians don't like them either.
I don't blame them. Shish kebab, our Eastern European guys saying something again. I know, typing on a fucking potato as usual. Can't understand the word you're saying, mate. Not a word. I do enjoy Troll Central. I end up sitting here like... Mon E. Biff says all English should burn. We probably did where you're from. Hi, Laker. Thanks for being a good sport last week on the doxing thing, by the way, dude. I enjoyed that. Where's that guy from that says all English should be burned? He's probably not going to tell me, is he? He's probably not going to tell me. I'd like to know. I'd like to know where he's from, if all English should burn. Is he Welsh? Because they burned all the bungalows, didn't they? They definitely burned all the bungalows. I don't know. Maybe you'll tell me in another edition. We're at the end of the show. I've really enjoyed this as well. I've really enjoyed this. And there's people watching and all the things, but we've got to stop because I really need a wee. I need to pee-pee really bad. Like, really bad.
Okay.
And you know my attention span's now gone. I do that on the podcast, but no one can see. I just, well, when it's getting late and you're going into a nice long one, I just listen out for the keywords.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Graham. Bastards, all of them. That's all you need to do. Just before we go then, Team Tesseract Tactical really wants you to know that he's gay.
Good for you. Jesse the Baldy Ventura says we've interacted. I don't remember that.
He keeps saying about it being declared an accident before there was an investigation as well. He keeps saying that.
They were speculating what they believed caused it, yeah. That's what happens. That's what happens. People have an idea. You know. I don't remember that man at all that says we had an interaction over Christchurch. I'm sure it must have been special for him. My apologies, dude. I talk to a lot of people. Don't take it personally. Or do. I don't mind. Right. We're going to go. We're going to go. We're going to go because I'm going to have an accident. So I'm going to say, I don't know why I even put this in. If Aphid Lip doesn't Skype, we need to get people Skyping him. We'll have to give prizes away or some shit. I don't know. Let's take this off, though. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Genuinely appreciate your company. So many of you. It's been fucking awesome. Do check us out. We've got the Thursday show. We've got the Tuesday Night Live podcast that goes out via Cogent Radio and TriggerWarning.tv/live. They get released on a Wednesday and a Friday. We've got Graham's Sunday show, which is the better Sunday view, at 12 p.m. UK time. It's really cool. He does a look at all the roundup of the news and things of that nature. It's a really good show. And we got lots more coming as well. We've got the TriggerWarning.tv side. We've got social.TriggerWarning.tv for kind of Facebooky social media site. There's no algorithms, no tracking, doesn't want your personal shit or anything like that. And we're going to add more all the time. We're going to be uploading more to Live League, more to YouTube, and just do more. If you'd like to help support the project, please go to patreon.com/triggerwarningtv. Anything from $1 and up is a massive help. It all goes back in because it all costs money, as you guys know, from hosting through to equipment through to everything else. If you can't or don't want to donate, that's still cool. Share the links, let people know, tell people. That'll do for us. And if you don't even want to do that, just watch it anyway. Just watch it and enjoy it. If you do listen to the podcast, so please go and leave a review on one of the platforms that you're listening to. It goes out on Podomatic, Stitcher, iTunes, Google Podcasts, which means if you've got a smart speaker, you can just shout, "Hello, Google, play Trigger Warning podcast." Mine didn't even wake up that time. It's because of the way I said it. I don't normally say that reasonably. I usually bark the command like I'm talking to a foreign person. And just leave a review on any of those platforms. We genuinely appreciate it. So, until the next time we catch up, we have a fucking great time, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Bye-bye.